Okay, so the story I was telling earlier about me and my brother having an apartment and me doing rugs for the first time with my brother and his friends for my 20th birthday, I wanted to go back into that Brad kid that I met at PetSmart and that had like dropped me off at home and da-da-da-da-da. Let's go into that a little bit because this gets pretty interesting. Okay, so as you guys know, like I met him, had a crush on him, whatever, and like we had known each other since like before I moved into my apartment. Well, PetSmart opened pretty early. I think you had to be there literally at like 6 o'clock. So he would get up pretty early. And it got to the point where like we couldn't hang out after work. Like one weekend we did go to a movie, which I'll get back to that, but he would come to my house and to my apartment at like 5 in the morning, and he would cuddle with me until he went to work. Literally just cuddle. Literally. I'm not gonna lie, a couple of times I got pretty like handsy. Like I was young, I had just turned 20, like this dude was hot, whatever, and like he wouldn't let me. Like when I tried to like put my hands like down, he wouldn't let me, but I could feel it from the outside, like through his jeans, and really thought he had something going on. I'm so naive, like you can tell that I'm like, I've had sex, obviously. I had a kid at 18, but like I must have been really freaking naive because like that he was like, after a while of doing that, like we would just make out and stuff, like, and he would like touch me, but like never the other way around. And I couldn't figure out why. Like, is there something wrong with me? Like whatever. So after a while I had said something to him like, you know, why don't I mean, like, do you want to turn the lights off? Like, you know, what can I do? What am I doing wrong? Why don't you want to, you know, have sex with me? And like he told me the first excuse was that like he had just broken up with like his ex, and like he hadn't gone to the clinic yet, and he wanted to get checked, and like because like she might have had some and he wanted to make sure he didn't have it, and he didn't want to give it to me, so da, 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 da. And I thought that was like reasonable. I'm like, okay, well, like you definitely need to like go get that checked out ASAP, like for sure, before we like take this any further. So that was like the first excuse. And like, okay, here's where it gets to the crazy part. I'm gonna go back to tell you about the movies. Remember I told you we went to the movies one weekend? We did. And after the movie, he picked me up in my apartment. We drove to the movies, we saw the movie, we came out. There was a note on his car underneath his windshield wiper. I can't